Hello and welcome. I'm Alea Betty, and this is Off the Wall, the first in a new digital series presented by Bridgeman Images that invites you into the minds and studios of artists and creatives who are pushing boundaries of where art is found in our everyday world, beyond the gallery wall and into the everyday. Before we get started, just a few words on Bridgeman Images. We are a global leader in licensing art, culture, and history. We work with a wide spectrum of content partners, from national museums and private collections to independent artists and estates, ensuring that their work reaches new audiences through publishing, TV, film, design, advertising, fashion, and more. This afternoon, we're exploring the power of art, storytelling, and visual language to challenge perspectives and spark dialogue, not just in museums, but on the streets, in the media, and in our everyday lives. In this premiere session, we're thrilled to be joined by SHEM in his studio and sponsored by UK-based design firm DEKA, who have provided a chair which SHEM will transform live a little bit later, and one lucky viewer will walk away with. SHEM, a London-born self-taught painter whose emotionally raw, often abstract works blend chaotic expressionism with urgent social commentary. He began making comic books as a child with his brother, translating a restless and unconventional London upbringing, including time at a Rastafarian school in Tottenham, into a vivid visual language. Since staging his first solo show in an abandoned shopfront in 2019, Shem's bold and uncompromising works have landed on gallery walls, city streets, and even late-night television, most recently creating a standout set for Saturday Night Live with Bad Bunny. His work has been described as both chaotic expressionist and journalistic, and this afternoon you'll get a rare look into his live painting process and a deeper conversation about where his practice is headed next, from street art to design interventions and the role of text in building a visual vocabulary for our tongues. Also, as part of the special edition of Off the Wall, we're thrilled to have DEKA on board, a British furniture brand known for their timeless craftsmanship, circular design principles, and deep commitment to sustainability. With manufacturing around the UK, every DEKA piece is made using local supply chains and innovative materials. This afternoon, in a unique live experiment, SHEM will be reimagining one of DEKA's signature chairs and transforming a functional design object into a one-of-a-kind work of art. So, let's go off the wall with SHEM. Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
We spoke a little bit about your more unorthodox upbringing.
Yeah.
Which was also very visual. How did that shape your early introduction and visual language in your art?
I was really around like creativity, the child. My mother, she was creative, like music, like making things outside of the stuff. So it was like it was something I was around. I suppose like the culture in Tottenham that I grew up, what's the far family, what's the different, it was always like vibes, culture vibes.
Well, that seems so integral to your practice because London and a mix of cultures, you also mix materials and the fronts of what you create your art on, whether it's found objects, sound stages, canvas, graffiti. When you're creating those works, are the processes in conversation with each other, or are they totally different depending on what context you're confronting?
Question. I'd say each work has its own life, but I like to spread it out. So it's like I can work on canvas at one time, chair, like found materials, which I like found materials. I think that's kind of a raw aesthetic, which is textures, and it's lived feel. To a different channel.
Well, it's interesting because some of your works exist on gallery walls or even the found objects that exist in sculptures indefinitely. But then some of your works are gone after a weekend. So what form of visibility do you think is more important to you? Virality or longevity?
Longevity. I like longevity. Definitely longevity. I also like the way if I do something on the street and then it's only here for like 1 week, it's like catching it, it's gone. So it's like I like people to see it and take it in, and then like they come next week and it's gone. It's just like at one moment you have to catch it, which is not cool. Also, I love my art to be on gallery boards, like living people's homes.
So the answer is no.
Yeah.
Well, something that was more ephemeral was the SNL Bad Bunny set. How did you approach that? Because you were essentially making something for another creative. That was a creative in musical, so separate from visual arts. Did you feel like that provided you restrictions or more freedoms?
I felt that was interesting because I kind of tried to put myself in that creative mind. How he sees things and what he speaks about, and was sort of related. So I feel like we're quite similar in how we view things down, like people about like very creative mind. So I tried to just like speak to him really more than anything else. So it's not my best to actually communicate about him. So so he knows that I've taken it out. I love that. So it's like I try to speak to him one solo.
Which is funny because before this, you were telling me you love the album, even though you can't tell what to say.
I love the album. I love the album, but I can't speak Spanish. But I love the melody. So it's like melody and just feel the poetry.
And the purpose driven.
Yeah, it's just powerful.
So did you pull from any specific references when you were putting together that digital collage?
Yeah, I mean, I just had to look for his lyrics.
In Google Translate.
Google Translate, stuff like that.
Which is incredible that your experience growing up in Tottenham, his experience in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Is that something that you thought about?
I mean, I didn't think about that. I suppose I just kind of tapped into him, you know, like just literally in that album, trying to feel what he's saying, trying to like, just become one of the artists, I suppose. Essentially, so I don't really paint to a specific idea or emotion in my film. So for me, though, that was a really different way of working. Where I had to paint his vision.
Yeah.
Trying to keep my vibe into it. It's my style, you know. It's like trying to touch on someone's feeling.
Well, I guess you were saying that there were lyrics that resonated, but typography and phrase and text is so integral to your work. Where you kind of touched on it already, but you said it's more spur of the moment. But do you keep a bank of phrases, or does it really just purely come from you in the moment?
Good question. I think no, I do. If I'm like, if I see a film or read a book, something pops out, I'll check it out. Just like I like books. When I'm excited, she say something. That's a lot. Down. So it's like I tend to try and just kind of like I don't know, my brain just kind of absorbs words.
But there's certain phrases and words that are repeated throughout the practice.
Yeah.
Does that come from a writer or a poet or someone that you know?
Those are the ones that repeat. They tend to be my words, like just my saying. I know it comes from the source, the street, so I tend to just repeat those sometimes to just understand it.
Well, maybe it's a good time for you to talk a little bit about that piece.
Oh, stand up for something and sit down. So this is a chair, like a chair collection I'm working on. I'm standing for something and sit down, which is saying that. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Straight from the center. Well, outside of phrases, I think that generally looking at the style, I think that there's such a pressure now for artists to develop their own visual identity, especially online. Have you ever felt, or do you ever feel boxed in by your own aesthetic?
No, I'm free. I'm free to create whatever I want. So it's like the only way I put myself in myself. So to me, I'm really getting in the box. So I like to stay outside of the box. And I feel like I like water. When you take water out of the sea, when you're still water. So it's like I can feel it anyway. So that's what I suppose in practices sweet my life. Because sometimes I might want to do sculptures. Sometimes I might want to paint canvases, paint the streets. So it doesn't really, I'm not restricted to that at all.
Well, I think you've got another line for your next piece with the wine.
Yeah.
And can you tell me also?
I'm gonna go in the chair.
Yeah, go for it. Well, I mean, this is a good moment to segue because I was going to ask about why logos are sort of important to you. And I'm assuming that that might happen.
It's not on there, it's just looking at
This piece, yeah. Is this purely spur of the moment, or is this something that you've thought about in advance?
no, this spur of the moment. Stuff like this sometimes spur of the moment.
Well, do you think that by putting your art on something, it challenges what is known as practice in art? And I give air quotes under practice, but things that are kept behind a velvet rope, you're putting it on a functional object that people might be sitting and using, that it's stripping away that mystique.
No, because I feel that art isn't mystical, right? Like, if just a normal person can paint, you know what I mean? It's like there's no brand, like, you know, bill you have to go back to the artist, like once you create. So it depends how you, I mean, because a canvas, I understand that's like a different type of art, so that should be the rules. But I think it's functional objects, things are so functional. Clothes, I mean, I paint clothes, people wear it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't mind some talk about it.
I mean, for the viewers that are watching, this is my dress that SHEM drew on me about 6 months ago. So really on anything. Well, how do you approach transforming an object meant for use into something that's also a statement? What's the line between functionality and art?
Oh, so that's a good question. The line between functionality and art. I don't know. I don't know the answer.
That's fine.
I don't know the answer.
So how do you feel about your art while you're making this, becoming part of someone's daily routine or space?
That's cool. I would like it to be. I like to see it every day. Have dinner. Yeah, and just be friends with them. I'm not sure, like, to me, it's like everyone coming together, you know. So I think it's a powerful thing to chill. You know, so I like to sit around the chairs and talk about it. So that's why I started for someone to sit down and just discussion, conversation.
All right, so let's get back. We touched on right before you started on the chair why logos are so important to you.
Logo, everything's pretty to logo as far as the brand recognition. The logos important. Like you can see UGG, you know, an Apple, the big Apple. So it's like I think that going to logo, the flow, and I don't always say, hey, SHEM. Not just something that represents. That's why
Well, I guess it's about the visibility bit, but you do fluctuate between high profile commercial works and very personal and politically inflected projects. So how do you consolidate that tension between visibility, the brand and logos, and authenticity?
Authenticity is that's the most important thing I find. Because I feel you gotta be yourself. Because I think no one can be me. No one can be me. For me, so I feel like instead of trying to chase something, I'll go do this to be cool. I'll go make this. Just look within. I feel that yeah, just be true to yourself. I think that's the most important thing because I like to see art. I can see the artist. I know that's his work. I know that's their work. And so for me, that's very important. To see me in that way.
What do you think it really means to be an artist today with AI and an economy of attention and online life? Where do you find value in the work that you're doing?
Find value in the work by people that's invaluable.
And is that part of you as an artist?
Yes, human, because I feel like art, how is an art's not for me? it's for the world. I get what I get out of it. I mean, I express myself. It's my therapy. It's like how I communicate how I'm feeling inside, whatever's going on. Right? So I feel that once I made it, it's not mine anymore. So it's like it goes out to the world. So I feel like yeah, that's the
What do you think is next for you as an artist? Is there any collaborations or projects that you're actively seeking?
obviously chairs, background.
Are you letting me grab it?
Yeah, the chairs, which I'm gonna finish off. But I like furniture, design, chairs and stuff. Clothes, stuff like that. Which I find so it's like it's more like design. It's more like design, product design. Yeah.
In terms before of why chairs specifically are really poignant to you in your practice and somehow they keep finding you. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so some reason chairs just arrive in my world. I'm not sure how. Friends give me chairs, find chairs on the street, bump into chairs all the time. So I felt like I was making them, I had like so many chairs. So now they can see chairs is something that is just manifesting.
Do you have a favorite medium at the moment?
Nah, I can't pick one because I like to do everything. I like paint, I like spray paint. So I feel like there's not really a favorite medium.
Well, do you want to bring up the chair?
Yeah. Well, this is the chair, DEKA, SHEM, DEKA, Bridgeman Images.
Thank you so much for creating this. And thank you so much to DEKA for sponsoring us and giving us a new platform for Sean to create his work. And thank you so much for this conversation. And thank you all for listening. And we look forward to seeing you all again soon in the next edition.